We celebrate his birthday every January. On how he, at a young age, even as a preacher, began to be prophetic, not only in the Word of God, but also addressing the issues that oppress the people, not just black people, but all people. We look at many that have opened up and paved the way for each and every one of us to be able to bear witness of what we grab a hold of and what we live in today. We have many things, many liberties today because there are many that open the doors for us and pave the way. And as every year we celebrate Black history, we got to also celebrate those that what their sweat and tears, those that advocated for liberation and for the rights of all people. And here we find, even in our text, where Jesus is still concerned about the well-being of the believer. He's concerned not only about his disciples, but Jesus is wanting to pull together some disciples to be able to bear witness of the gospel. The gospel is supposed to bring liberation to all people. The gospel of Jesus Christ was supposed to set folks free that were bound. The gospel of Jesus Christ was supposed to meet the needs of not just a man, but a woman, not just a boy, but a girl. The gospel of Jesus Christ went out to be a blessing to all those, even those who were sinners. Jesus began to start the ministry by calling his disciples. He started in the early part of the gospel by praying first that God, his Father, would lead him to call and choose his disciples. And then later in the gospel, he calls 12 men. He calls 12 men to be able to serve and to be able to follow his teachings. Then he chose them not only as disciples, but then later he began to call them apostles. Well, what is the difference between a disciple and then apostle? Well, a disciple is one that is chosen by God and is also one that follows the teachings of Christ. A disciple is one that learns Christ and follows Christ and experiences Christ. But then an apostle is one that is not only chosen and follows, but then goes. And part of what we have to understand as believers that we are all disciples of Christ, where we are to learn the Word of God and learn the Word of God and learn Christ's teachings. But then at some point we've got to learn how to go and do what the Lord has called us to do. It doesn't matter what age we are. We can be